been an unusual month. I've eaten 3 or 4 handfuls of this. So, I guess what I'm going to do is go get a can of Red Bull. Hang on. Hang on. Let's go get caffeine. Found an antihistamine last night. Helped me sleep. I was taking them. I do have allergies. It was helping me sleep. And then for 2 days in a row, I didn't. And those 2 days were real rough. I didn't get enough sleep. My mind just... There was outside influences, though, that kind of made me... Goddamn people, man. Just keep your fucking screenshots to yourself and shit. Some people want to make people feel bad, I know. Or they have some kind of weird ulterior motive, you know. So... I don't know. I'm trying to get my shit together. I have to weed more in the front. Not working on any art in the barn today. I did a lot. I've done a lot, and I just really got to stay out of there for a little bit. I started the clamshell, which was extremely important for me to start. It's a real important piece. Designed something in mind, and I just have to not put it into a thought that is, I need to keep it at the forefront and finish the piece. I don't want to not finish the piece, that's for sure. It's like a meaningful piece to me, the clamshell. So I mean, Rhea going and saying, hey, here's money, go get that thing working. Rhea G did that. Subscriber on YouTube. Friend. And she's a friend more than a subscriber. But by her doing that, it got me to do it. I was talking about doing it, and then like, it was like, here, go get your materials. So they're like an important piece for me to work on. It's meaningful to me. It means a lot to me. Hang on, I gotta get something at home. I forgot. Bag of cherries last night. Thought my stomach was gonna start killing me or something. It seems alright. It's a fantastic story, isn't it? I gotta get caffeine in me. At least I slept soundly last night. I woke up and my phone was in the way, and I grabbed the phone and I pocket dialed somebody. It was late, 1:30 or something. So, friend. So you ever know somebody that you think you would never get along with or something? You talk to them and you're like, oh, they're kind of awesome. Somebody like that, it was weird. And so evidently the call didn't go through. You ever do that? Like it's pocket dialing or something. I'm trying to get it done pocket dial. Or FaceTime. For some reason you hear your pocket and it's just like it's FaceTiming someone. It's always the wrong person you want to talk to or something. I've had that happen on like Instagram too. Like you can hit the wrong thing and all of a sudden you're doing a video call. Did that to Toxic and PL several times. I was like, no, I don't want to talk, I don't want a video chat. No offense or nothing. Let me run in here. I'll be right back. I'm in my house. It wouldn't look that bad if I could scrape money together and get this shit together for the soffit. Sort of figured out how I could fix it and not break my neck. I have a sloping porch roof, and if I put 2x4s on it, right, screws, that would make it so I could like prop up a ladder against it. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I could get up to that higher area. It took a while for me to figure out how to. I don't know why I couldn't. Got a wrench up there on the porch roof that's been there for 2 years. It's no shit. It's a house. Can't believe it's assessed at that much, but I like it. I like living here. I like my neighbors. Everybody's cool. They're all right. There are no problems with them. They're people. People are sort of people. Everybody's sort of the same in varying degrees. If you don't get along with somebody, maybe it's just better just to have a conversation with them. You might find out that you really like them. You sort of feel, I'll keep my shit together, don't worry. I'll be back. bought this yesterday. Give me quick storyboards. Alright, I need caffeine. I'm more of a night or a morning person. That's a good question. Yes, I am headed to dandy. I need caffeine. I gotta go to Wegmans at some point. Pick up my script and what else? I have to weed the front of the house. I have I'm sort of getting caught up. It's been difficult. I've just done what I could do. I had to work on the clamshell. It was just, I can't explain to you how important that piece is. But I had to work on it. I had no other choice. So I did get that, going. And, a lot of times I'll work on something until it's in a position where I can drop it and just step right back in. And that's where it's at. So now I'm gonna read the front. Around the cactus and everything. I have a prickly pear cactus, Optima to be exact, and so I have to put on these leather gloves, which work great, pull the weeds. I don't know why the first time I tried using the leather gloves, man, there were those little prickers, the little tiny ones that go through. Plastic gloves, rubber gloves, they were going through the leather gloves. Oh, there were turkey just all over. But like I said, I am just really, and I want to go shoot a bird. Where'd you go, turkey? It was a hen. Usually the toms are like falling behind the hens. Just gotta hang out with Sammy today. His room, that's another thing. I got like sort of going. It's almost done. It's almost totally green screen. Still haven't. I'm gonna do the floor. I figured out how I'll do the floor now, which is half the battle. It's not a problem. Not just come up with the money and do it. It's not gonna be a big deal. So it's technically like how you gonna do the floor. It's the problem. Now I know. I definitely know. So many different ways. There's two different ways I do it: peel and stick or snap together. Snap together is sort of tighter if it just floats. It's all about the same price. I might do snap together. All I gotta do is get the sand down some areas, and then I don't really have to do some floor or anything. I just have to make it flat. And then there's like this sort of foamish looking stuff like that rolls out and you put on. It's about another $60 or something. And then you just put it in there staggered. That's it. So that's not going to be that. I might use that up there because that'll sort of be a tighter fit. I think. I don't know. It's one of the two. It's the same price. You know, it's, I'll do Sam's room for under $500. I'm sure. Something like that. Yeah, you could buy about $1 square foot. So I'm looking at 250, 300 for the tile, 300 for the tile, and then 50, 60, something like that. I can't remember what the roll-out foam shit is, what the cost is. It wasn't high. Maybe it's $60 a roll or something. 2 rolls. I feel like I should get a saw blade so that when I need to cut it, I can cut it tight. So it's about $500, which is pretty cheap. I had the money like a while ago, but I had to spend it on something else in the house because, and it made sense because I was uneasy about doing the floor. It's like if you haven't done it, you gotta you gotta kind of think about it, and then just do it. It's like I got a water filtration system in the basement that I haven't set up. I'm procrastinating because I know I'm going to have to think about it. I was a plumber in the Navy, but we did not hook up hard water systems. You know, that was it. But I gotta put some anchors in some cinder block and shit like that. It's not that big of a deal. Run an electrical line, nothing. It's nothing. Come on. The electrical line is nothing for me. Somebody was commenting on you can work on household electricity. You work with pneumatics, electric motors. You make animatronics, but you're resistant to work on your car. I will work on my car if I have to, but there's some things I don't feel I'm qualified to do. And it's not like working on an electrical motor, like for an animatronic piece or pneumatics. If I screw the car up, it can cost me a lot more. So I'm really resistant, because there's times when I've had to do stuff on the car and I'm like, oh man, why did I do this? I'm just gonna create more of a problem, like that. So I do sort of know my sort of limitations. Like if I was on a desert island and I had to get the car going, I could, but if I was on a desert island, I wouldn't need a car now, would I? What's up, James? How you doing? I gotta go in here and get Red Bull. I'm gonna just open this up. I'm working film again, which is good. It's another reason why I don't really want to work on anything in the barn. It forces me to edit. I put out some old footage. I would bring a Bible to the desert, definitely. I would not be bringing a Bible. No offense or nothing. Why? Why did you drop me here? Why am I stuck here? Is that a Chesapeake Bay? Boy, it's a good looking dog, man. Might have Chessie. Might be a red lab. That's a red lab. It's a red fox Labrador, I think. It's a great looking dog. It's got a head like my old dog Ike, but he's red. I need a mask. Oh, there's a person on that working the register. Just has one of the worst sounding coughs I've ever heard. I mean, seriously. That ain't no smoker cough. And this is an area where people don't get shots and shit. My friend sounds like she said she doesn't know if she has it. She might be asymptomatic. She said she just feels tired, but she could just feel tired. It was like a family member has it, but she said she don't have any symptoms, so she said she's just staying away. She's not vaccinated. That person, is gonna get, gonna make somebody sick, even if it was a cold. Stay home. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stay home. And they'd always tell us that, like when I was working at the Cowgirl, like, you're sick, man, don't come in here. You could get hundreds of people your sickness. Just stay home. You know, they'd be like, don't do that. We know you need money. You need money? You need some money? That's what they would say. They say, you need some money? You're gonna be okay? Here's $50. Go home. That was a great place to work. They were real nice people. I'm still in touch with one of the guys. It's just my favorite guy. One for him, I'd probably still be drinking. Well, I might have quit, but Charlie Ryan sitting me down that one night. We're not gonna fire you, but we're not gonna give you any extra shifts. You know, like that. I said something like that. Like the drinking, like, why'd you come here to New York again? He had this talk with me. He goes, why'd you come here? Was it to get drunk and get wasted? Was it to party? It's the dude that the Ed Keenhold show was up. He said, oh, I'm gonna do your shift for you. I want you to go see the show. I didn't. I said, no, I gotta work. I'll go see it later. I didn't go see it. Hang on. I have it. It's kicking my ass. So careful for 2 years and I finally goddamn got it. I'm still wearing a mask. I know more people that have had it recently than, I mean, seriously, you know. How many people have gotten it in the last couple months that I know? A lot. Doesn't feel good, supposedly. Are you vaccinated, Scoodle Moose? Get the vaccine, man. It's not a government conspiracy, although that's been put out there. My friend, she was like, I'm not taking any vaccine that's made by the government. I'm like, it's made by three privately held companies, Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J. And she says, whatever you say. And then 2 days later, her dad is like ill. That's how she put it. She said, yeah, he's pretty sick. I mean, I don't know. She's smart. But she's into like conspiracy shit. So, what are you gonna do? My whole family, I was Republican for years. My whole family's conservative, except for my brother. I think I think most of my cousins are Republican. Some of them might not be. I have several cousins. I have 2 cousins that are doctors, I think. I'm wondering if they are. Is that 2 or 1? I don't know. It's not important. I just noticed the doctors tend to like have more inclusive attitude or something. Know that everybody needs medical care and shit. Well, look at those deer. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, such a pretty time of year. It'd be good to be out. And weeding tends to make me feel better. Like it's some kind of therapeutic thing about pulling weeds. I have no idea why, but it is. And I do know, like I said, like my friend who had the traumatic brain injury, and that could be me too, but I was so young I don't remember it. I remember some of it. I remember a few things. I mostly remember after the traumatic brain injury, coming home and my mom reading me Dr. Doodle and like wanting to be able to like talk to animals. But my friend who he had to go to like this special place in Colorado, was world renowned for traumatic brain shit. And at a point, they have a garden there, so people can like do that. That's part of the therapy. He was a mess. He had like half his skull taken off for 6 months, and then they kept it in a freezer or something and put it back in. It was rough seeing him without, quarter of half the hemisphere or something gone. It was real rough. Took Lutsy out this morning. Lutsy is doing reverse retrieves now, which is great. I live streamed that in a little bit. He's doing it. He's been good. I can even throw it and then have him come to me and say put it in. He did a reverse retrieve. It was 10 foot yesterday evening. That was pretty good. So, like I told his owner said, yeah, he'll probably be doing it as far as Merlin can do it. It may be, I don't know. Every time I get a dog, it functions better than the last dog I trained. It's always been like that. It's like every time I've gotten better at it. Every time I take more time too. I'm like, don't call me if you're wrapped up in like the dog going home on a certain day, because it's really not about that. Because you had trouble with your dog. You want your dog to function good? You want your dog to function like a service dog? You fucking do what I say. You got a problem with your dog? Do what I say. Just listen to me and just don't worry about it. And your dog will come back way better than it came here. So, in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? An extra 3 weeks? It's 90 days it ends up being. I'll tell you one thing about being a dog trainer. Shoemakers' children have no shoes. It's the truth. What am I gonna do? I would. That's why. Like I think about getting a puppy, and I'm like, I don't have time for a puppy. I got too many dogs as it is. I keep getting stuck with dogs. Like my friend's dog Gus. It's okay. I like Gus. Brewster. I didn't plan on Brew, but sense he should stay. I got stuff to do. I got too many pets as it is. Not a hoarder by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. I used to collect stuff, antique bicycles, books. I still got that, a couple thousand books and stuff. Is there a dead cow out there? Oh my god, it is. Why is that thing dead? That sucked. Didn't look right. Didn't look like it was sleeping. But so I had extra cash, like particularly paper. But I had like a lot of credit. So like most of this stuff I sold to keep my head above water when the market tanked. Which is amazing. It's like, well, all my investments are gone. But I have this one shitty house. I ain't gonna lose everything. This shitty house is full of like artwork and stuff, and I didn't want to lose it. So I don't know. There were times I really don't know how I still have this house. I'm glad I do, though, because I like living here. I like being in the country. It's peaceful. I go out in my backyard, or even drive over here and just look at the birds. I don't have the most extravagant lifestyle. I don't really want much out of life. I don't. I just hear the racetrack. I think I'll pull the motorcycle out. I think I'm going to sell it. I have no problem. I said for years, like, I don't need a bike. I don't need a bike again, And then we got that one for the channel, and then it just wasn't the right size for Destiny, so we didn't use it. It's too. If I was 2 inches shorter, I'd be sort of uncomfortable with it. Street bikes are lower. That's what I was sort of used to. Street bikes. I had an Enduro, a 250. That was my first bike. God, it was a piece of shit. And burned oil. The dirt bikes, the trail bikes, they're higher. I am sort of way more. Man, I remember that like when that thing showed up and I got on it. I was like really uneasy. Now I'm like sort of back to where I would be when I was 16 on a bike. I mean, I'd be like, I was real comfortable on this. I had this Kawasaki. I was real comfortable on it. Like, I just go up on this lawn, just no problem. I could probably take that street bike and just drive it around my backyard, around the trees. I don't know how comfortable I am doing that with the dirt bike, because the dirt bike is higher up too. Probably in a little bit, I probably would be totally comfortable and be able to do that. Not, it's one of those things, like the more you do it, the more it just becomes second. Everything is muscle memory. It doesn't matter what it is. It seems like it's so important. Riding a motorcycle is just the same. The more you do it, the more you become comfortable with it. You have to practice, though. Like with the dirt bike, I found myself every time I took it out, I was doing stuff like slamming on the brake, slamming on the back brake, because I want to be prepared if like something pulls out in front of me. Slamming on the back brake on gravel. Going off the road, going off the side of the road and slamming on the brake. Stay away from that front brake. Do that. I learned my lesson when I was a kid. They'll sort of lock up if you're turning and shit or you're on wet ground. I like the bike, but I could use the money too, so I don't know how long it's going to take to sell, but there's also a thing I saw where you can list your bike. you give them your the VIN number or whatever, and they'll buy it from you. I might try that. There's Craigslist too. I could try Craigslist. I just don't need it. I want to finish Sammy's room. So if I could sell that, I could finish Sam's room. Some other stuff I need. If I hurt myself on the bike, I'd be screwed. Wish I could see a hummingbird. That's all I want to do is see a hummingbird. There's a robin over there. There's 2 robins' nests in my yard. I'm worried I don't see any hummingbirds. That avian flu might have really decimated the hummingbirds. I'm not sure. The bird feeders are sort of disease spread. It's a trail bike. It's a 230. It's a CRF. You buy it if you want. I'll give you a good deal on it. You'd have to come get it. It was bought for the channel. Somebody bought it for the channel. It's a nice bike. It runs good. Starts right up. You know, it's like one of those things. Like I did it so much as a kid. Well, I have fun going fishing. That sounds like fun. It does. Sounds like a good time. I like fishing. I like fishing a lot. I like to use ultralight spinning outfit, crappie and bluegill, stuff like that. If you get a bass on like a ultralight outfit with like 2-pound test, it's a blast. I don't want to go fishing though alone. I don't want to do that. Earlier I was thinking about like in the winter I was like, oh, run a boat and stuff. Go to Lake Seneca. I have 2 kayaks actually. They're still here. When was the last time I went fishing? I was with Mango. There's probably a video on my channel regarding the Loch Ness Monster. I was fishing with Mango. I was using ultralight and I was using some top water lures, using jitterbugs and stuff, trying to get bass. It was late in the summer, so there was a lot of plant stuff. So I was having trouble with the top water lures. What I like to do is fish with the top water lure. And what I really like to do is night fish with the top water lure. There is nothing like hearing that bass hit the top water lure at night. Man, it's gangbusters. It just tack that thing. It looks like a mouse to them or something. Was Mango a dirty little freak that day? He's a dirty little freak every day. That dog's still alive. He's crazy looking. He's 24 years old. Literally the oldest dog in the world, possibly. There's people like me that don't really want to call the Guinness Book of World Records. I have medical records on that guy. I remember talking to a vet I worked 4 years ago, and I was like, Elaine, what's the oldest dog you've seen? And she said, oh man, 20, maybe 21. She said, really? I said, really? And she said, yeah, but you know, most dogs are not going to get to that age. And if they do, they just look horrible. No, you don't need a picture of him now. He's retired, man. Maybe, I don't know. Like totally white eyeballs. He looks horrible. He was a beautiful, beautiful little dog. He was really pretty. But I told him, I said, I don't care as long as you're walking, I'll get up and deal with you. I found that like it's sort of nice. What I do is I sort of put them on this area on the porch during the day, and you can just stay out there and walk around. And you know, that's important. Like if the dog is just stagnant, not good. It's not healthy for him. So like their legs atrophy. So when he's out there. By the way, man, what is up with my hip? How is my hip fixed? I was looking at my leg, man. It's being less and less atrophied every day. This started last better. It was still locking up around Christmas. And then now it doesn't lock up anymore, and I don't really walk with a limp. 1998, they told me I needed a hip replacement. December 28th, it looks like that's when I was talking to my doctor. I was asking her, like, what were the logistics of a hip replacement? This has been the whole last year. It's just gotten better. And then the last four months, it's just like, I don't have a bad hip. My knee, Lutzy was knocking into my knee. My knee hurt. But I have no idea. This whole last year, it's just gotten steadily better and better. What healed me? I'm not making this up, man. You look at videos, man. I'm walking with a limp. I'm using a cane. I don't know where that cane is. I don't give a shit. Every day, I needed to know where that cane was because in the afternoon, I was going to need it. It's because Earth is ascending to the fourth and fifth, but it's because Earth is ascending to the fourth and the fifth dimension. What does that mean? What do you mean? I don't even know what that means. That's sort of like, oh, I want to say okay. Okay. I don't know. Something or someone cured me. Huh. Okay. Do you think that might be what helps with the, like the nerve pain or something? It's a good thing you're saying. Well, then so would you be, but I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Hang on. You see, it's in your Red Bull. Helps with the joints. So you think that might have to do with the vitamins I take? Well, it was that simple. Why didn't the fucking doctor tell me to? All right, I think that you were talking about that the other day, Karen. I'll check it out. I'll look it up right now. Why didn't the doctor tell me that I should be taking like a multivitamin shit? You should be taking I am taking an adult multivitamin. That's the other thing that I take. You're damn right I do. I do. And you know what? One of the reasons why I do that, because your doc wants money. That could be true. I've known several people that when they get into their like 70s, I know this one woman, Zeta, she's a friend of mine, man. Concert violinist, right? she gets like dementia. She got Alzheimer's, and one of the things that she had right up leading to the Alzheimer's was pernicious anemia. She got pernicious anemia because of her fucking diet. She had a shit diet. And I've always known that. I'm like, well, I don't want pernicious. My grandmother had pernicious anemia at like 90. And I said to my mom, I said to my mom, I said, well, why didn't you, why weren't you ensuring that she got a vitamin every day? Like, what is the problem with this? It's important. I see the difference. Hang on. There are also great strain of marijuana that help. Well, you know I'd never do that. Come on. No, you do trust doctors. What are you, crazy? I'm going to trust a doctor. I'm Western medicine pretty much. Um, and I am not under the belief that CBD oils and everything is the cure-all. I don't believe that turmeric cures everything. I'm not like that. But I do know that if I give the dogs multivitamins, right, they look better. And you can see a progression of how they look better. So I've gone through periods where I'm not giving the multivitamin to the dogs, and then I've done like this thing, and I'm like, oh well, they just look better. They just need to get multivitamins all the time. So I take that as like a cue to me, like, well, I should take a multivitamin because I'm not always eating good, and this last month it's been difficult to eat good, but I really tried to keep up on the multivitamins or the vitamins, so as best I could. It's weird. Okay, let me see. This Earth is ascending. Let me see what you're talking about, because it seems I don't even know what that means. It's a chakra. Ascension, the shift to the fifth dimension. There's a lot of books on this. Is there... Go away, sorry. In the case of fifth dimension would be an extra dimension of space. I've thought about this. Like, it could be anywhere. It could be right here and we wouldn't realize it. You know, it could be right by your ear and nobody would ever know it. Such a dimension was proposed independently by physicists Caine and Theodore Kozula in 1920s. They were inspired by Einstein's theory of gravity, which showed that mass-wrapped four-dimensional space-time. In the fifth dimension, they who claim to know say that they are there's only one time, including the past and the future. All is happening in the now. Hang on. Say that there is only one time, including the past and the future. All is happening now, only in the now. There certainly is truth to this one when we think about our dreams, visions, longings, recalling the past traumas, imaginations, they too are alive. But in the 106 years since Einstein, the prevailing view in physics has been that time serves as the fourth dimension of space, the arena represented mathematically as 4D Minkowski times space. Minkowski. We are actually in the fourth dimension. We are comprised of four distinct but integrated parts, three of which are related to our physical experience, the body, heart, and mind. The fourth dimension is consciousness of spirit. What is the fifth dimension spiritually? The dimension in where the world could and will have complete healing. The fifth dimension, you think about something that becomes present. People generally communicate through telepathy. They have the ability to read each other's thoughts and oh shit. I've had Ensure before, sure. But you can take a multivitamin. And hang on. I do recommend getting enough fiber. Your gut has a lot to do with how you feel, okay? Serotonin is produced in your gut. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's produced in your brain. It's produced in your gut. So if you eat shitty, you'll have problems. All right? A lot of people have had Kundalini awakenings, something's happening. I don't really know what that means. All right, hang on. Hang on. I'll read. Hang on. Maybe that's what's going on with me. Something's going on with me. I know there's one thing that's going on with me. And it's sort of difficult. In some respects, I'm doing great. In other respects, I've never been shittier. I'll be honest with you. Like, there's a lot of clarity in my life. There is. There's a lot of clarity as far as, like, purpose. But there's also this something that just seems missing. I can't explain it. Like, some things have gotten easier in my life. Producing art, training dogs. I'm at a level where I don't even have to think about it. I've always sort of been at a level with my art where I really didn't have to think about it too much, but I mean, I'll make things stuff just comes to me and I can do it. I've always sort of been like that. I have epiphanies, but just, I don't want to talk about it. I'm all right. Let's see, what was this called? Okay, let's see. I love this fucking mumbo jumbo shit. KUND. Is it? Okay. Hang on. This is Hindu. Kundalini is a divine feminine energy believed to be located at the that has to do with women. Okay, hang on. But let's find out what it is. ALINI Awakening. Okay, awakening symptoms. Sensation of energy moving or trapped within certain parts of the body, often involving chakra points. The process may become in some way visible to the experiencer. The energy feels unbelievably strong or painful, often accompanied by shaking or jerking or spasms. Um, Physical and emotional change, disturbances, anxieties, surges of energy, and shaking. Um, well, rise. Glutathione used to be thought as good energy, but scientists have learned it is great for joints. I know this. I know this. I might be working with somebody that makes a product that increases glutathione, and I haven't contacted them. I'm still going through sifting through the studies that they did, and the thought is that we might give it to dogs, and I might do some kind of advertisement on my channel. I'm open to it. The studies the ones that I was looking at, um, there's studies that were done and then show that the way it was sort of explained in a nutshell is like it affects the free radicals in your body. So across the board, it's like much more effective than even vitamin C. I know that. I know that. I was just talking with somebody. My spirituality. Hang on. That's why your physicality is getting better. Well, there is some truth to my spirituality, and I'm a more tolerant person than I've been like 10 years ago for sure. Even though that I still do my routine I'm not gonna put up with the trolling of my channel, and I can't, but I know that I'm more introspective. I had a realization 20 some days ago or something of like something I've been doing for years. It was um, due to somebody saying something to me though, and without the realization that yes, I actually do it, which I was walking down the steps and I had an epiphany. Oh, like that. I was like, oh, I do that. I know what they're talking about. I don't know if 10 years ago I would have copped to it, where now I'm like, oh, I do that. Thank you. I must look like an asshole when I do it, you know? Seriously, it's a passive aggressive trait I've probably been doing for years. And then I get like this month has been weird. There's been like real positive things, there's been real negative things. And some of the positive things were just so unexpected. Somebody I thought I'd never say one word to. I'd never like them. I found myself like on direct drive, fucking communicating with them, and we might be friends. It was weird. Like, as soon as I started talking to the person, I was like, oh, I kind of get them now. And they're not that bad. And I know a relative of theirs, and it sort of makes sense. Like, their relative is like, oh, I get why they are who they are. Like, a lot of shit was just like, that was recent, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? It was a really great feeling, though, to see that somebody that I thought I might have despised. I sort of am getting emotional. I better stop talking. I might cry or something, but I'm an easy crier. It was really great to see. I was wrong about them, and they might have saw that they might have been kind of wrong about me in some respects. Like, we have common interests, that's for sure. We have we definitely have a common like love for something. I can tell, and I think this person saw that too. It was real weird. Like, I don't know what drove me to contact this person. Next thing you know, I was like, it was within like one quick conversation. I was like, oh, they're okay. I see why originally I thought the incorrect stuff. I got it. It's really fucking weird. I couldn't be happier about it too, because it's like I don't want to have any animosity towards anyone. I've even tried to let stuff like the fucktard go. There's no reason to take that to my grave. It's more about him than me. Um, that was great, and the self-realization that I actually do something that must be really annoying to people was fantastic, and that came out of something that was sort of bad. You know, the person saying you do this, I didn't know what they were talking about. I was like, what are you talking about? That was my attitude. I don't know what you're talking about. Walking down the steps, seriously, I remember it like it was yesterday. The third step from the top, I was like, oh fuck, I know exactly what they're talking about. I do, I know exactly what they're talking about. I don't want to talk about really what it is, but it's like a real passive aggressive shit that I do that's like, why don't you quit being a baby, Peter, and just speak your mind and or be more tolerant of other people, especially people that you communicate with that you're closer to. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, just fucking like, what the fuck? Why was I taking that approach? I don't know. It was not constructive. It was uh, dysfunctional. Like, why? I don't know. It looks like a bad habit I've had since I was younger. That's for sure. Like, you know, there's always room for improvement. I've always said that. You can always get better at everything. Dog training, your communication skills. You could. That's the beauty of being a human. It's like, if you want to change, you can change. You don't have to be set in this like monolithic thing. You don't have to. You don't have to do this only one way. You can think about things differently. I've been in a state of flux, I think, for my whole life, like sort of like I don't know, that's not a good description, but as I've gotten older, I know that older people have a tendency to get stuck in their ways, and I've strive to keep learning and doing different things. Um, and I have artistically, I've gotten a more broader sense of um, what I'm trying to say. Um, there's always room for an improvement, I think. Bad habits can be, you can get rid of bad habits. Those can be very difficult to get rid of. Like the whole passive aggressive thing that I do. I can get rid of that. I can stop doing that. Because you get it right in your head and then you can deal with it. till it's right in your head, you're just sort of stuck doing it. Like even drinking, like drinking's difficult. Drinking or doing drugs or something, like you get wrapped up into it, and that is more difficult because your body gets sort of addicted to having your, your brain functions one way. Like when I was drinking, like I gotta go, I'm going canoeing, I gotta have beer. I'm going to do this, I gotta get a drink. It's like it just feeds that negative energy, like that's really difficult to give up dependency of some type of chemical. But you could do it. You just have to get it right in your head. And it's difficult. I've talked about this before. You want to get rid of that. Exercise. When you get the urge to do something bad, do some push-ups. Try doing 5-10 push-ups, even 3 if they're difficult for you. But that changes the endorphins in your brain, and you don't have the urge anymore. The trick is you have to do it. So you don't feel like doing it because you're depressed or whatever. You want that outside stimulation. You force yourself to get on the ground, and once you start doing the push-ups, it changes almost instantly. And as you go, it gets easier to do. And you get positive reinforcement from doing the push-ups. While you're doing that, you get positive reinforcement because you're getting in shape. It's a win-win. I got to take a leak. It is. It's a win-win. So if you're doing something like a chemical dependent thing, there's other factors though. Like you can't be drinking and hanging around with a bunch of drunks. I stayed away from my friends that drank for a long time before I was stable enough that I'd say, oh, I can be around them, no problem. Now I can be around them and I look at them and I go, man, they are fucked up. That's not even funny. Or that they just sound. Here's the person with the high IQ that looks like they're fucking average or below. I don't want to be like that. Somebody left trash out here. I gotta go pick this up real quick. I can't stand that. Like, this little park is like totally clean, except somebody didn't pick it. There's like 3 pieces of fucking picnic garbage. I'll throw it in my fucking moving trash can. What the fuck? Like, I gotta pick up your garbage? Come on. But if I don't pick it up, then what? Then it's gonna get blown in farther into the woods and shit, and it's just gonna, like, Jesus Christ, man. What's the matter with people? It's the country. Don't fucking throw shit on the ground. If somebody did it in a McDonald's parking lot, I'd be like, well, that person's an asshole. However, an employee's gonna come out and pick it up. Nobody's gonna pick it up out here. I see this down my 19. I'm like, why would you throw your garbage out of your fucking car in the country like this? I'll stop. There's times I'll just stop and pick it up. I mean, I'm not like a total maniac, but I'm like, fuck, man. 50% of the time, I will stop and get it. Like, why? Why not just leave it in your car and get it later? I do it. I have like a piece of half-eaten pizza over there on a dandy plate. Certainly wasn't going to throw it out on the ground. It's a big deal, man. Just, I don't understand people, man. We're destroying the fucking planet. We are. We're tearing it up. Electric cars are faster than gas off the line, for sure. You could have electric motorcycles. You could have electric, cars. I don't know if anybody's making a real fast electric bike. I assume they are. But there isn't like this revving up of the engine. It's just sort of, boom, you just go in the electric car. Look at the Tesla. Tesla might be the fastest car on the road. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not a Lamborghini, maybe, but for everything else that you can get under $100,000 or $130,000, whatever, it's the fastest, I'm sure. It's that car is quality product. If I had the money, that's what I would drive. It's a Tesla. That's like the thinking man's car, or like a Prius, or instead I'm in a dinosaur. But it's four wheels, so I'm happy I have it. I am. I'm happy. I'm happy with what I have. My objects that I own or something. I'm fine with it. Like I said, man, I'm not an extravagant person. I'm not, man. I'm pretty simple. I just like hanging out. When I was younger, I was like sort of into the party scene, but I quickly found out it was all fake. It was. Your mind is just fooled into thinking that it's important, and it's not. It's not. It's not important. I was always looking for something, and in all the wrong places. I wonder why those trees have no leaves on them. I wonder if they were stripped by the moths last year. They don't look dead, but they also don't look like they have anything on them. Seems like everything has leaves on it at this point. Not all the leaves are big. They're not all full, like my pawpaw trees. Some of them are real small, but they all have leaves. Did I miss breakfast? Yeah, I had a handful of these. Now I'm having some Red Bull, and then I'm gonna go back. Might live stream with Lutzy doing some reverse retrieves. He's doing it. And he's sort of fun because you can. I could throw it with him, and he could go get it, and then I said, put it in there. He'll do that one, which I'm sure I could place it and do the same thing. And also, I can. Last night I did a 10-footer. I was just like, here, go put it in there, and I put it in there. He might be better than Merlin. His owner said that, and I was like, you might be right, He's he's a beautiful dog, I will say that. Well, both are good looking. So those race cars. Is that really a sport? I see racing motorcycles as a sport because you're physically, like, it's grueling. It's grueling. It's tough on your body, but you're sitting in a seat, driving a car. I understand that you would want somebody doing it that has quick reflexes. That I get, but couldn't you be sort of overweight and fat? Or do those people work out? I mean, it seems like nowadays none of them are real fat, but I think that that's more about selling product. Like, you don't want to look unhealthy because you want Red Bull to hire you, you know? Red Bull, why don't you hire me or use my ideas? Red Bull root beer, you know? Red Bull root beer, Red Bull licorice, sarsaparilla. Why don't you give me a fucking break? I'm an idea guy. Call me. I'm in good shape. I'll do your advertisements. No, nothing. You know, if Tesla wanted to give me a car, I'd talk about it constantly. But I need the SUV. That's what I need. I need something that I could put stuff in. But if you give me a small one, I'll take that too. I'll just have my shit delivered. Tesla, come on. Come on, Elon. Give me a break. I'm not asking a whole lot. Just fucking throw me a bone, man. I'll be your advertisement guy. Talk about how great you are. Yeah, Red Bull root beer does sound amazing, doesn't it? See? See, Red Bull? Call me, man. Jesus Christ. How many years? How many years, Red Bull? Did you ever send me a case or even a shirt? I'm the old guy. You should use me. Use me. You need an old guy, man. Fuck youth. I'm 59. That's the new 35. Think about it. Just keeps me young. That's what I'll say. Never had Red Bull before? Oh, you have to. Red Bull tastes like bubblegum. And bubblegum, the flavor comes from the pawpaw, meaning a cinema triloba, the plant that's indigenous to the eastern coast of the United States, which I have 50 of them in my yard. I hand pollinated one day and then I just stopped doing it because I just sort of want to see how many I get this year. Next year, I'm assuming I will have no other opportunity but to sell them. Whatever I get, it's going to be way too much because, what's up? What's up, Connor? But that is where I know that because I said something like that. Like Red Bull tastes like Destiny was in the car and I'm like, Red Bull tastes like bubble gum. And she gets on her phone and she's like, where'd the bubble gum flavor come from? Pawpaw. That's where they got it. Nobody knows pawpaw though, because like when my dad was a kid, he said that it was a popular fruit. You know, like people would have them in their yards and stuff like that, like an apple tree. Yeah, like in Missouri, they grow wild. But and you might see them in like a market, but the only way you're going to see them in a market is they're $12, $13 a pound. You know, they don't have a long shelf life, so. Oh, Stephen Connor loved me. Is that true? I appreciate that. That's nice to hear. It's kind of you to say. It is. It's kind of. It's nice to hear that. I appreciate it. Well, I love you guys back. How's that? What am I gonna do? Guess I'm gonna. Does Papa have a scent? Yes. Think of bubblegum. It's the best description I can have. Sometimes pawpaw fruit has a vanilla-y taste to it. They're all sort of like the same but different. Sometimes are more strawberry pineapple. It's the weirdest fruit I've ever had. It is. It's really unusual. Eat them ripe though, I will say that. And you could cook with them, but if you want to have pawpaw, and you want it to taste good, just slice one open and eat it like that. You can freeze it, but it's not nearly as good. You want eat them fresh. I mean, you can freeze them. I froze some last year. I just, you know, didn't do a very good job at it. But now I know how to do it. I'm gonna have to get going. I guess I'll go to. Yes, it's true. You're my idol. If I could meet anyone. Really? No shit. Well, that's nice to hear. I don't know why I'd be anybody's idol, but... Why? Because I was molested by a Bigfoot? It's no reason to idolize someone. I didn't ask for it. It happened a couple times, too, which is... I don't want to talk about it. But that is no reason to idolize anyone. I was a victim of circumstance. I was in the woods looking for my dog without a gun. It's not good, so. Has the dogman done anything horrendous again? Man, there's dogman footage. I'm just waiting to put it out. There's not the reason, but I would love to talk to you about it another time, especially if you need to. I'm here. Well, that's nice of you, but I'm sort of in my own head. But I appreciate that. I don't need to talk about anything. I talk about them enough here. I wear my shit on my sleeve anyway, so if I don't want to talk about something, I don't talk about it. If I want to talk about something, I talk about it. I'm just like everybody else. We're all here doing the same shit, trying to keep going, make sense out of why we're here. And times I'm not really sure why I'm here. Although I know I'm supposed to make art, that's it. You know, I just I don't understand. I don't understand why we're here. I don't understand why we meet the people we meet. There's a reason for it, obviously. There's that old saying, like, God works in mysterious ways, right? I don't really know what God is. And I'm not going to say God is an old man with a beard that looks like Merlin. I'm not, I'm spiritual. I'm not, I am. I know I am. My brother's clergy. I'm similar to my brother in a way. In a couple ways. Like, intellectually, I think we're similar. But I'm not, no, I mean, of course, living in the United States, Judo-Christian influence have shaped me. There's no other way. You can't say that it hasn't, right? It's impossible to say it hasn't. In 8th grade, seeing The Exorcist, it scared the shit out of me because I see Satan as the devil because of Christian stuff around me. All my friends were Catholic. Still to this day, I've got Catholic friends. Like, it's influenced me. But like when I think about all the religions on this planet, like none of them like they're all just like a code of ethics that I'm not so sure we all need, because I think people are inherently good. You know, the majority of people are inherently good, and some people have issues that have to do with like personality or mental issues or something, and they stray from the path, or they don't see life in the bigger picture, that you need to be charitable. But I think generally people are charitable, whether it's just talking to somebody, you know, that needs to have somebody to talk to. You see the homeless guy on the street, man, just ask him how he's doing. But I did like, none. I mean, Islam. It's all sort of seems that Judaism, and all sort of seems the same to me. And I know it's extremely important to people, their beliefs. You know, Krishna, you know, Hinduism, Taoism, all this, you know, there's all this stuff that like, it all just seems like it's about like us trying, our imagination, like trying to explain the unexplainable. I don't know why I'm here. I just know that at some point, everybody should try and pay their rent on the planet by helping somehow. I mean, everybody's going to cause a wake, okay? But you don't want it to be too big of a wake. You want to cause as little wake as possible. So if you know you're driving too fast around the boats, they're going to be hitting the dock, slow it down. Definitely slow it down. I don't know. I'm gonna work with Lutzy and weed my cactus out front. My front yard is the grapes are. I cut the grapes way back. Now they're looking good. I cut my Arctic kiwi way back too, and I might have a Baltimore Oriole that is nesting in that thing, which I hope, because that is one really beautiful looking bird. Man, that yellow orange is just so vibrant. You just seen a bird like that, man, those things belong in a jungle or something. They are just crazy looking. I wish we had more green birds in the United States. The Carolina parrot for food. The only green birds it seems that we have are like monk parakeets and stuff like that are invasive species. I'm all for bringing back extinct animals, although there is, you could say, well, they're gone for a reason, but I wish there was a fucking pterodactyl, you know, or a couple velociraptors on some property you could go check out. I know it sounds like Jurassic Park, but why not? Just make that dino chicken, man. What's their problem? You know, if they said that in 2014 or even earlier, man, they were going to use CRISPR technology, and they did some things, like I think that they got the dino chicken maybe to grow teeth, or they did something. They've got a couple of things that start looking like a dinosaur, and then I never heard anything about it. Like, I think that they stopped doing it because, like, why are we wasting money on this where we could use this to help humans? If I had $1 million, I would invest in CRISPR technology. That's what I would do. That's how I made money in the stock market the first time. It's like I invested in Millennium Pharmaceutical at man, my portfolio, like, the guy at Chase was like, you know your portfolio's up 2,500, and then I was looking for that number, and I was greedy. I was like, no, I'm gonna get $1 million here, right, like that. I should have quit while I was ahead. I should have sort of listened to the Chase guy, and then, you know, the rest is history. Now I don't have money to invest. If I did, it would be Chris Bar Technology, and within 5 years, I'd be fine. Don't listen to my advice, because if you do it and it doesn't turn out, I don't want you to be mad at me. However, I am saying that if I was going to invest in that, if I was going to invest in Chris Bar Tech, invest in the stock market, that is what I would invest in. Like that one woman from MIT, or where is she from? Her company is relatively low right now, like $50 a share. God, what is that? What's her name? Hang on, I can find out for you. I'll give you my stock tip of the day. Well, it's CRISPR Therapeutics. That's genome editing biotechs. It's gene editing is what it is. But, hang on. And I got to get to work. Okay. I'll give you my stock tip of the day. All right. Well, there's the one company, Chris Barr, but that's not what I'm talking about. That's here you go. Here we go. I bet this one in here. 7 Top Gene Editing. Let's see if I can get you the name. CRISPR Therapeutics is a good one to get, but I would prefer, if I had the money, to go with. Come on, man, give me my fucking shit. Hang on. All right, F you. Having some trouble here, but I told you I'd do it, so I'm doing it. I'm not seeing it. I think her last name is Dowd. She was one of the people that sort of developed it. I think she was at MIT or Yale or something like that. Oh, maybe MIT. It's about $50 a share, but if you were going to invest in just any of Veritex, any of those companies, you might do all right. Seriously, there are some issues a little bit with it, but for the most part, it's one of those things that it looks like it's going. That's how it's going. Is gene editing. I don't know. Anyway, I'll probably see y'all later. I gotta go do some shit. You know what? Hang on here. I'll tell YouTube. I'm gonna get off of this and I'll tell you the name of the company. Okay. All right. I'll see you. Instagram. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it on this. Let's see if I can help you out here. Don't buy it and blame me. Oh no, I can't. It's on this phone. Anyway.